How's you guys? Welcome back to another top 8 match. Now, before I start this one, I just want to let you know that this top 8 match was from the live stream, like we said. However, our streamer forgot to press record on it, so we actually are picking it up at 7 prizes. It is at the end of Grady's turn. It looks like he missed energy. I can't quite remember how the start of this game worked, but he is not getting a revenge KO with the Cliff Able somehow, so he starts this turn by passing. I really can't remember how much it's at the start of this. We're very, very sorry, but you're still going to see the rest of this amazing game. So we're going to go ahead and pick up into it now. Ooh, hello. So yeah, Grady's just saying pass here into my turn. So the way this matchup kind of works out, I think, is that Stage 1 Rush is obviously going to go faster. It doesn't quite rely on so many abilities, so Entei Raikou is not going to be as effective, like the Entei Raikou itself. And then Grady also has the advantage of hitting for weakness on pretty much everything. He's got Crabominable to deal with, all the lightning Pokemon and the dark Pokemon, and then Vaporeon to deal with the fire Pokemon. So he's going to be hitting for weakness on a lot of things. We slated this when Entei Raikou, when we saw this as like a what this matchup was going to be, we were like, oh yeah, Stage 1's just going to destroy. And it kind of seemed that way so far. So, like, you know, here's the early game. You can see the Claydol is gone on Grady's side of the field. It's in the discard, so it obviously had just died. Grady missing a knockout here and me going up a prize. So, so we were thinking initially, like, oh, it's obviously, like, obviously we were wrong on our assessment of Stage 1 just being so much better, but we'll see how this game plays out. So, Greedy Lysanders, but I think he forgets about stand-in, because I could just stand in to knock him out. So it looks like I'll Marley's for the Item Finder Dowsing Machine combo, so I'll be able to play a second supporter no matter what. We're going to bounce that BTS so he can't attack back, Hex into it. I say I'm going to stand in first and then Hex, and then take a knockout. So, Grady really desperately draw passes again, so 5 prizes here. Grady in desperation mode. There's an item finder, presumably for the Versus Seeker for the Hex. Just trying to pad this lead at this point, making sure that all of his outs are accommodated for. A retreat there so that Flame Screen takes a knockout, so that Mind Jack was still going to take a knockout either way, but Flame Screen has more HP and that sort of thing. The Rosie's here, it's the Hex gets downloaded by Porygon, so I can still play a supporter from my hand, and there's a knockout. So, Tails and Greedy passes again, so down to 4 prizes. It looks like that Entei Raikou is just going to run away with it at this point. Looks like I probably will miss Hex for the first time this turn, based off what's in my hand. Unless I can hit a Versus Seeker, Item Finder, Dowsing Machine, something like that. So, the Goop is already gone, can't search for that somehow. And then there's a Battle Compressor, let's see, just getting rid of some useful stuff, another Lightning Energy so I can Dynamo that away. And of course, so we are going to be missing the Hex here, but Greedy doesn't have a, looks like he doesn't have an Uxie, but he top decks a Level Ball. So the one turn that I miss Hex, Grady manages to top deck said Level Ball. So, Uxie coming in. You could have also gone for Lapras for teammates, but Uxie's wanting to draw some more cards. We're going to see what he gets off this. There's the Boost Energy even, so it will be a knockout, presumably on this Entei, and he does get a Lapras as well. So Grady's starting to set right back up after almost losing the game, down to a Level Ball top deck on the turn that I miss Hex. So Pokemon Collector, Grady going to get his bench right back up. Going to go for all of his support Pokemon, or just at least one, the Porygon at least. The Baltoy's in the discard pile, so he can't grab that. See, Grady's looking, and say, nope, actually I'm going to grab the Krogunk instead, which actually turned out to be a big thing. I peeked at the end of this game just to see what it's like. But Grady does take a knockout, 2 prizes for the Holo Rare there. 5-2-3 in my favor. I have this, what's its face, the Coco to do 100 damage right back to him. Second attack will do that. If I can get some sort of hex, here's an item finder. This might be for hex, or it could be for trump card as well. It is going to be for that hex. So before I do the hex, we'll Cosmic Power, draw some more cards. Mallow first, actually. This one might be for trump. One of these might be for trump card, just to kind of ensure my next turn. So here's the 2 for 5, and the hex will come down as the second supporter. And then Thunder, whatever the second attack is, the one that does 100. Greedy does have this to Abominable and Energy in his hand, so he does have the Revenge KO. He's going to AZ up the Lapras for next turn and take a knockout. Pretty simple there. I need a way to get a Revenge KO. That's just what it's going to be. I need to knock out this Abominable big time. Right now I'm only doing 100 damage, so a Muscle Band doesn't even knock him out. An Iris would be key here. It's really hard to figure out what I need to get this knockout, right? Like I need... Ooh, it's going to be a lot. So it's 100 damage. Muscle Band's not going to do it. I'm trying to think of what else is in Entei Raikou that would have done it. I mean, Entei would have done it if Entei had survived. So we're going to go as Trump card first. I remember putting Computer Search at the top. The 2 Mallow cards were Trump card and Computer Search. So I'll be able to grab what I want, presumably. I could have also Guzma'd this turn, but I kind of wanted to put damage on the Abominable. You know, on second look through this, I probably actually should have just Guzma'd here. The Dynamotor to the E-Electric and Guzma up to the Porygon. Now that I'm seeing this. So, at least I drew a Hex. There's an item finder. I don't know how I'm trying to take a knockout here, or if I'm just going to try to do damage and say, look, if you knock me out, I'm going to, if you knock me out, if I do damage and you knock me back out, I'll take a prize, go down to 1 prize on your turn, if you don't hit max potion. I think that's just kind of what I'm looking at doing here. So, item finder for Oak. Looks like it didn't hit anything. I'm trying to figure out what I was trying to hit. Interesting. So we'll go ahead and Cosmic Power for 2. There's an Acrobike. Don't take the Dunsparce, take the other thing. Dunsparce is useless. There's the Teammates. So that will be the second supporter for the turn. Maybe this will grab me what I wanted to grab. Looks like I'm hovering some sort of lightning Pokemon. Oh, we actually decided to change it up. We'll see what I grabbed there. The Coco is one of them, so it looks like I was looking for like a muscle band of some sort. So there's 100. Oof. If I had hit a muscle band, then the flying flip would have set up a knockout. But now I'm realizing that the Guzma, I should have Guzma'd with E-Electric if I could have. But this Lapras is going to help Greedy. If he's got Twins in the deck, it'll at least grab Max Push and Energy to really just negate my attack. But we'll see if it was prized or what have you. He's got the knockout on board to take 2 prizes, at the very least. But it will knock him back out. So there's no Protection Cube in the deck. It really just is relying on that Max Potion. I think he can't find it for some reason. Maybe that's it. Or Twins or Teammates or something. I'm going to check the list right now. That's what I'm going to go do. I'm guessing he's looking for Max Potion. I would guess anything. And so now we're counting the total cards in the deck just to make sure there are 100. Or if Max Potion was supposed to be in it. I think Max Potion was supposed to be in this. We could have been wrong. But we'll see. So he was like, yep, it's 100 cards. So maybe we goofed on the whole needing Max Potion in this deck thing. That could have been it. So... oh, well, Grady will still Lapras here. Don't know what he's looking to grab now. Might be an N, might be a Hex, might be a Guzma. Looks like he's hovering the double rainbow so that he can use the second attack instead of the first attack. So he's probably looking for that Skyla to grab. Oh, Mallow works too, because he has backup. So the double rainbow is going to be at least 1, and probably something for next turn. Maybe the N, maybe the Goop. Yep, so the Goop for this turn just to slow me down a little bit more. Grady's going to go ahead and just use backup into it. He's got to play one more card first, probably the field blower, just to get the cards out of there. And then item finder, just to... so what he said is I'm going to field blower 1, and then item finder for the field blower to field blower the other card on the field. So there's the double rainbow, so we can use the second attack instead of the first, so he doesn't get knocked out. EV drops, and this is probably just going to be goop and then oak. Doesn't want to put that 30 HP guy down. I think that's what he's debating. But great draws for Grady there to grab into the oak, because his 2 cards, to back up into the oak, because his 2 cards were the double rainbow and the goop. So here's a draw. I'm looking for energy muscle band, if I can hit it. So there's the energy, there's the item finder, there's the muscle band already in the discard pile. So it will be a flying flip for knockout, no draw there. Going down to 1 prize, Grady at 2. Really, really close game down the stretch here. I'm really thinking that Guzma with the E-Electric on the bench, that should have been the play. I think I goofed that pretty big. But, you know, that actually probably would have won me the game, so that actually probably threw it a little bit. But we'll see what Grady's response is. He's got a computer search, he's got the Flareon. He's going to be able to hit a lot of things here. And make a comeback at least. So he's hovering the DCE, he'll grab it probably. The DCE with the Flareon if he's got some other stuff to grab. Let's see, he's looking at the rest of the thing. He's got a Karina, a scoop up to draw stuff with the Uxie if he needs to. Remember, he only has 1 supporter. So he's actually discounting the DCE now. He's saying maybe not. So he'll grab a muscle band. That's the way he's going to choose to get the knockout here. He's got free retreat, and this way he can just touch the energy, so he doesn't need the DC with the Flareon. And I'm saying, don't you want to retreat first and then do that? Because there's a scoop up on the Lapras, and his supporter will be Iris, it looks like. Oh no, it's going to be the Hex. Just shut me out of game 1 more turn. And then there's the retreat, and there's the evolve finally, the Hex, and a knockout. So where do we go from here? What is in this hand? I need a way to knock him back out. Either a energy muscle band knocks him out, or an Iris energy knocks him out. But it looks like I don't have much in my hand. He did just Hex. If he hadn't Hexed, I would have been able to play that rescue stretcher for something. Probably Lapras, but the Hex definitely seals the game there. So it's looking like it's just going to be a rescue stretcher here and a retreat. And Grady will just Iris 40 plus 70 for the knockout. Sealing the game there, great run back. Stage 1 rush takes game 1 of the matchup. So let's go ahead and take a look at game 2 now.